Something happened inside that Team USA facility in Phoenix, Arizona, that nobody outside that room was supposed to hear. A room packed with MVPs, Cy Young Award winners, All-Stars, and the most decorated American baseball roster ever assembled, and every single one of them went completely silent. Not because something went wrong, because a 6'7" captain stood up, looked him in the eyes, and said exactly what every single person in that room had been feeling, but nobody had yet put into words. And when Aaron Judge speaks, you listen. You do not check your phone. You do not look around the room. You lock in. Because the man talking to you has 62 home runs on his resume, 3 American League MVP awards on his shelf, and 3 years of unfinished business burning inside his chest. This is the story of how the 2026 World Baseball Classic stopped being a tournament and became a mission. And if you are new here, subscribe right now and hit that bell, because we are covering the 2026 WBC in real time, and what is unfolding right now is already one of the greatest stories in international baseball history. To understand the weight that Aaron Judge is carrying into the 2026 World Baseball Classic, you have to go back to March 2023. Team USA arrived at that tournament as the favorite. They had talent, they had depth, they had momentum, and they made it all the way to the final, where Japan's brilliance ended their dream 3-2 in Miami, in front of the entire baseball world. It was devastating. It was the kind of loss that stays with a program for years, the kind of loss that fuels the next attempt in a way that no victory ever could. And where was Aaron Judge during all of that? He was watching from home. Judge had made a difficult but defensible decision to skip the 2023 WBC. He had just signed the largest contract in New York Yankees history, 9 years, $360 million, and chose to protect his body and prepare properly for the MLB season. It was reasonable, it was logical, but logic does not eliminate the feeling of watching your country fall one win short of the gold while you were sitting on the outside looking in. Judge opted to sit out the 2023 tournament, focusing on ramping up for the season after signing that historic contract with the Yankees and USA Baseball, and that decision, that absence, became the fuel that drove everything that followed. 3 years passed. Judge did not waste a single one of them. He won the American League MVP award in 2024. He won it again in 2025. 3 MVP awards total. The best hitter on the planet by every measure that baseball uses to evaluate such things. And when the 2026 WBC roster was being assembled, his answer was immediate and unconditional. He was in, all the way in. Now, Team USA can pencil the best hitter on the planet into the lineup, USA Baseball. But it was not just the commitment that sent a signal through American baseball, it was what came next. Judge was named the U.S. captain heading into the World Baseball Classic, a 7-time All-Star experiencing his first WBC. In the moment he was officially announced as captain, the entire tournament landscape shifted. Every national team in the 2026 WBC field understood immediately what that meant. Not just a powerful hitter joining the American roster, a leader, a captain, a man who had spent 3 years watching from the outside with unfinished business on his mind, and was now standing in the center of the most talented American WBC squad ever assembled. The Team USA camp opened at Papago Park in Phoenix, and what that facility contained was genuinely extraordinary. Team USA features both 2025 Cy Young Award winners, Tarik Skubal and Paul Skenes, along with stars including Cal Raleigh, Bobby Witt Jr., Kyle Schwarber, Pete Crow Armstrong, Bryce Harper, Paul Goldschmidt, and Clayton Kershaw. Kershaw, who had retired from Major League Baseball after 18 brilliant seasons in a World Series win with the Dodgers, was coming back for one more tournament, for one more chance to win it for his country. The roster was not just talented, it was historic, and at the center of all of it was number 99. Judge said he wasn't planning on making a speech on the first day of camp, but reigning Cy Young Award winners Tarik Skubal and Paul Skenes had reached out to him over the offseason and advised him to have some words prepared ahead of the team's first gathering. They had seen something in their captain during the pre-tournament preparation period. They understood that this room, filled with the best American baseball talent on earth, needed to hear from its leader before a single competitive pitch was thrown. And so, when the moment came, Aaron Judge stood up. What followed became the most talked about moment in baseball in the days leading into the 2026 WBC. Judge addressed his teammates with a mixture of humility and fire. It was just an honor to be here in front of you and be wearing the same uniform as you guys. He talked about what it meant to represent the country. He talked about the military families behind the uniform. He described flipping his jersey over, seeing USA on the front, and said, "I started thinking of, some of us probably have people who have served in the military in our family. That was the first thing I thought of. There are individuals out there that have sacrificed everything for this country." And then he connected the room to something bigger than baseball. Judge referenced the 2026 Winter Olympics, where the U.S. men's and women's hockey teams both defeated Canada to win gold, both in overtime, and told his teammates, "Boys were fired up. Hughes, man, we sent so many pictures of Hughes in the group text. It was great. It's kind of cool that it's going to snowball into this. The boys were pumped up. Now it's WBC. We get the chance to throw on the red, white, and blue and copy what they did." The room was electric. The effect was immediate and total. Manager Mark DeRosa, who had been through the 2023 WBC heartbreak himself, who had led this program to that devastating final, watched it happen and understood what he was seeing. When it comes from a peer, it carries more weight. And this peer was a three-time MVP, the best hitter alive, a captain who had waited 3 years for this moment and was now making absolutely certain that everyone in that room felt the same urgency that had been burning inside him since March 2023.
Judge said, "The room is filled with talent, but I think these are some of the hardest working guys in the league." MLB. Not a motivational poster quote, not a rehearsed line for the cameras. A genuine observation from a man who had just spent days in that facility watching these players work and recognized in them the same quality that had defined his own career. That authenticity is what made it land differently than any pre-tournament speech Team USA had ever heard. Then came the exhibition games, and Aaron Judge delivered a message to every pitching staff in the 2026 WBC that required no words at all. Team USA crushed the Colorado Rockies 14-4 in their final exhibition tune-up, a day after rolling the San Francisco Giants 15-1. Aaron Judge homered in the first inning of both games. Bleacher Report. Back-to-back games, back-to-back first-inning home runs against Major League pitching as a warm-up. The message was not subtle. The message was not designed to be subtle. This was a captain telling the entire tournament field exactly what was coming, and doing it in the language that baseball speaks most clearly. The numbers behind those homers were the detail that made the international baseball community genuinely alarmed. Exit velocity readings on Judge's contact in those exhibition games were in ranges that provoked serious discussion among analysts. The distance, the trajectory, the ease with which the ball left the stadium. These were not the readings of a player shaking off rust or finding his tournament legs. These were the readings of a player who arrived at the 2026 WBC fully operational, at the peak of his powers, with nothing left to prove to himself and everything left to prove to the world. Bobby Witt Jr. captured the team's collective mindset in 5 words. "Pressure is a privilege. It's an honor." Bleacher Report. Coming from any other player, that might have sounded like pre-tournament media management. Coming from a player on this roster, in this environment, built around this captain, it sounded exactly like what it was. A team that had fully absorbed its leader's mentality and was ready to perform under the maximum pressure the sport can generate. The opposition is aware. Every national team in the 2026 WBC field has been watching. Japan, the defending champions, led by 2025 NL MVP Shohei Ohtani and reigning World Series MVP Yoshinobu Yamamoto, has been watching very carefully. Their pitching preparation for a potential later-round meeting with Team USA has been the most extensively discussed topic in Japanese baseball media since the rosters were announced. Dominican Republic analysts have been publicly acknowledging the offensive threat. Mexican coaching staff, who made a spirited semifinal run in 2023 and arrive in 2026 with genuine ambitions of going deeper, have been adjusting their pitching strategies based on exhibition film of Judge before the tournament has even officially started. That is what elite captaincy looks like at the highest level. It is not just what you do inside your own dugout, it is the effect you have on every other team in the field before you have played a single official at bat. The 2026 WBC runs from March 5th through March 17th. Team USA opens pool play against Brazil on March 6th in Houston at Daikin Park, AM New York. Pool B will then take the Americans through Great Britain, Mexico, and Italy before the knockout rounds begin. The bracket is designed to eventually bring the best teams together, and every team in this field that has done its homework understands what that eventual meeting could produce.
Judge made his purpose clear in Phoenix. I'm proud to be American. I'm so happy to be in this clubhouse with all these guys. And there's no greater feeling than going out there, hearing the national anthem blare over the speakers, knowing what you represent. Yahoo Sports. 3 years of waiting, 3 years of watching, 3 years of fuel accumulating behind a purpose that has been building since the final out of the 2023 WBC sounded in Miami. Aaron Judge is at the World Baseball Classic. He is wearing the captain's uniform. He has spoken to his team with the honesty and fire of a leader who means every single word. He has hit home runs in back-to-back exhibition games to make the message physical and undeniable. And tomorrow night in Houston, the official campaign begins. He did not say, "We're here to compete." He did not say, "We're here to represent." He said, "We are here to win." And the entire baseball world, from Phoenix to Tokyo, from Houston to Miami, already believes him. The domination has not begun yet. The first pitch of pool play has not been thrown, but the message has been delivered. The standard has been set. The captain has spoken. And when Aaron Judge speaks, you listen. This story is based on verified reports from MLB.com, AP, Fox News, and multiple sports media outlets covering the 2026 World Baseball Classic as of March 5, 2026. All direct quotes are sourced from official media coverage. This content is produced for informational and entertainment purposes.